President Evil X Jug Her, not here from the Evil Goods, and today I'll be bringing you guys a very special video in Call of Duty Black Ops 2 Zombies on the map of the Rise, showing you guys how to get the Easter egg achievement. This is Dr.MAXIS side of the Easter egg and not Dr. Richterfin's side of the EE. Just so you guys know, this is the complete tutorial, step by step, showing you guys how to get that achievement called High Maintenance, which is worth 75 gamer score on Xbox 360, and on PlayStation 3 it is called a trophy. This is Flop Her Up, showing you guys how to build the obelisk table, which is the first step. If you guys need a slower version, there will be a link in the description showing you guys how to do that. Now the second step is to activate the symbols on the elevator tops. There are 4 elevators that have 4 different symbols. You're gonna go to each one. There are 2 on each side, 2 by the power and 2 by the quick revive. You guys can see right here, and I'm going to show you guys right here. This is it by the PDW. Again, this is over there by the quick revive location. Now back at the power, this is me right here showing you guys that once all 4 players step on the symbols together, a light activates, showing you guys or taking you guys into the next step, which should be step number 3. Once you do every step completely, Dr.MAXIS will talk. Now moving on into step number 3, this is it right here. This part is kind of tricky, but it's not impossible. The first thing you're going to want to do is to find the locations. I'm actually showing you guys the locations right here, so I do not have to explain that part. But what I will have to explain to you guys is actually how to get and how to remain with all these symbols activated, being lit on the floor. You guys can see this one right here is not lit up, and that's because you have to activate these symbols sequentially, one by one. Now what I mean by that is you guys can see this one's not lit up, but the other ones are, except for one more. So Flop is gonna stay on 1, I'm gonna stay on 1, Puck is gonna stay on 1, and my other player Poppy is gonna stay on 1. But you guys gonna have to figure out who has to go first. This is done by trial and error, but the end product has to be that each symbol has to stay lit up. Now step number 4 is to get a sniper rifle. You could just buy a sniper rifle off the wall like Flop is doing right here, and then you have to snipe the balls out of the dragon's mouth. There's 2 balls, there's 2 dragons, and you have to snipe it out their mouth. You guys can see right here, Flop is gonna do an amazing job. 1 shot, 1 kill with that ball right there. Boom, taking it right out, taking it right out. That doesn't make no sense. Taking it right out, and then he's gonna do the same thing for the second ball. You guys can see he's gonna aim perfectly and get that ball with 1 shot, 1 kill. Boom, right there. You guys can see, taking us into step number 5. Now step number 5 is to pick up the balls from the lion paws. Now when Flop had actually shot those balls out of the dragon's mouth, it went to the lion's paws. There are 2 lions, there's 2 balls. Remember, because he shot 2 balls out of the dragon's mouth, so they went to the lion's paws. You guys can see right here. He's gonna pick up both balls. It doesn't matter who picks it up, they just have to be alive. You have to remain alive throughout this Easter egg in order to get it complete. So Flop actually picked up both balls. So now it's taking us to step number 6. You have to kill zombies in the Buddha room. You would hear Maxis speak, and he's gonna say, "Please feed me more zombies," or something to that effect. Now step number 7, you will have to still kill more zombies in the Buddha room until Maxis say reincarnation is the key. Now once he says reincarnation is the key, the next step is to move on to step number 8, which is you will have to hit for the ballistic knives. You have to hit the mystery box for the ballistic knives. Doesn't matter who actually picks up the ballistic knives in the game, but in this case Flop actually got the ballistic knives over me. I was actually trying to hit the box and I didn't get it, so he actually got it right here. You see him hitting the box right here, and he's gonna pick up the ballistic knives, which is step number 8. Now after step number 8 will be step number 9. Taking us into step number 9, you will have to pack a punch the ballistic knives. Boom, Flop will pack a punch the ballistic knives right here. It just so happens that he is still injured. Doesn't matter who pack a punch the ballistic knives. I just have to say whoever grabbed the balls should be the one hitting the box for the ballistic knives. Not sure if that has to do anything with the Easter egg, but that's just a note to think about. Now after step number 9 is step number 10. After you pack a punch the ballistic knives, step number 10 is that you're gonna have to shoot the Buddhas in the Buddha room with the ballistic knife. So Flop is gonna shoot it right now. You guys can see he shot the Buddha. He heard Maxis talking, because remember, after you do a step completely right, Maxis will talk again. So he's gonna talk right here after Flop shoots the Buddha again. 2 Buddhas. There's 3 Buddhas located in this room, but you only need to shoot 2. And after you shot both of them, then Maxis will talk, taking us into step number 11. Now, step number 11, it's pretty simple, but it requires all 4 players. You're gonna have to set up the trample steams on the floor with the lion symbols. Do not get it confused with the man symbols on the floor, because there are 8 symbols on the floor. But remember, there's only 4 trample steams. There's 4 lion symbols, so each trample steam have to be on top of a lion symbol. These are the locations right here that I'm showing you right now. This is the last location, and I'm gonna drop my trample steam. Maxis is gonna talk again because I did that correctly, and then step number 12, after you drop the trample steams by the 4 or on top of the 4 lion symbols, then you will have to take the balls. Remember, Flop has the balls in this case. He picked up both balls. You will have to drop or put the ball in the trample steam, and it will cause an X effect from one side of the roof to the other side of the roof. This is my view showing you that Flop is putting that ball into the trample steam. That's going to activate the next step, taking us into step number 12. You guys will see Max is talking here, but in this case he did a little fireworks show showing you guys that you guys need one more step. But I will actually take it more in depth with this tutorial, and I will show you guys step by step how to get everything done completely right, so you will get the achievement on the first go. So step number 13 is to buy the gavel knuckles.
What about the mahjong tiles?
Alright, well basically for the melee of the post, to figure out what to do when you get to the last step, there's going to be 8 mahjong tiles you need to find in order to figure out the melee of the post. Break it down, you're pretty much going to need to look for the tiles with the bamboos on them. That's how I find it the easiest. I look for the tile with the bamboos first. But whatever ones you find, I would recommend you just jot it down and just hold it on a piece of paper so you don't forget. So, for example, if you find a blue rose, that means that's the number 1. If you see that blue rose, that means that the blue rose will be the first one that you're gonna hit on that tower. If you find a 2, let's say you see a red two bamboo stick, that means that's the second post you're gonna hit. If you see a green symbol with 3 bamboo sticks, that's the third post you're gonna hit. And obviously, if you see a black one with 4 bamboo sticks, that's gonna be the 4th post you hit. Once you got that down packed, the rest is easy. So for example, if you see a west, right, and the west symbol is blue, the west will match up with the blue rose that you found, which will make that the first post you will hit. The west will be first, so you guys found the blue rose. If you find a red south, for example, that means that the red south is matched up with the 2 red bamboo that you found, and that will make that the second post you hit. The same for the 3rd and 4th. So if you find a green symbol, and let's say the green symbol is going to be the east, the green will match up with the 3 green bamboos that you found, making the east side the 3rd side you hit when you're going to knock down these towers. And the same for the 4th. Once you get to that part where you find the 3rd, you don't need to look for the 4th, because you'll know by process elimination that the black will match up with the 4 black bamboo sticks, making the south will be the north pretty much the last one you're gonna hit. So if you guys don't know what the order of the direction on the tower is, pretty much if you're standing towards you're gonna jump over the building to go towards the trample steam. That first post right there facing the trample steam will be the north side. That's the first. That's gonna be north. Parallel to it is gonna be south. The east side will be facing towards the dragon, and then west will be on the opposite side of it, that one will be facing towards the sunset. So you're pretty much matching up the numbers with the colors.
So I hope you guys learned something right there from Flop. So now let's rewind it a little bit. Step number 13 again is to purchase the gavel knuckles, because after you have purchased the gavel knuckles, it will take you straight into step number 14. Step number 14 will be your last and final step for this Easter egg tutorial achievement, which is Dr.MAXIS side of the EE once again. You're going to have to use the gavel knuckles to punch each direction, each 4 direction, north, south, west, and east, on the tower itself. Now Flap had actually explained to you guys this part during the Mahjong tiles. So I hope you guys took heed to what he had to say. So I hope you guys enjoy my video. Subscribe and like today if you have not already, as Eve will continue to bring you, the viewers, the goods.
Badassery is appreciated.